Manze, the purpose of life is evolution. Evolution doesn't know standard. Evolution only knows growth. And growth might not be comfortable for you, but it is still growth. And that is evolution. Kwa hivyo mtu anaweza kuja akwambie being a pedophile is a mental issue. If it has happened to you, that is a very sensitive topic. But to someone it hasn't happened, anaweza kuwa like, okay, it makes sense. So there's no victimization in a conversation. The moment one person victimizes, then that conversation goes their way. It now becomes biased. Let everyone go with their side. As I had said, support your facts. Let your emotions fuel your conversation. Let your emotions fuel your facts. But don't come and tell someone, hey, you know what, you're getting emotional. Bro, let them get emotional. That's their side. Oh, you know what, you're diluting this topic. Let them dilute it. That's their side. Try and see it from their side. So we can't have conversation whereby we are just protecting victims. That doesn't make sense. We are having conversations whereby everyone is seen, both the victim and the person who's anaitwaje huyu mjamaa mwenye na
perpetrator.
Perpetrator. Both of them have a fact, and both of them have an opinion. So me, I'll come and tell you my fact, but according to you, it will be an opinion. If we are not aligned, you will come and tell me your opinion. According to me, it might sound like a fact. I'll be like, you think that's an opinion, but in my life, that is literally a fact. Like you can, like venye umesema, umeongelea ukisema venye racism imefanya afni. To you umeitoa kama fact. Mi nikwambia hiyo ni opinion. Kwa sababu in Africa, we have a billionaire in Africa. We have a billionaire in Africa. So the mere fact that your family couldn't or hasn't reached that level to overcome the conquering doesn't mean we are all. There are some families who overcame the conquering, whether they kissed us or not. The reality is whoever remains standing in a war zone, that is the person who states facts. Whoever remains standing in a war zone, that is the person who will come and tell you facts. However, they remain standing, bro, it's on them. If they decide to deceive people, if they decide whatever they do, paka they remain standing, it is on them.
Okay. Dizo, we have Kibe on the speaker, and would like to hear what.
Ngoja, yani
No. I'm just letting you know. No,
umesikia chenye nasema.
Ninakusikiza. Oh my God, this. Okay, sawa Dizo. Just be. Andrew Kibe is on the speaker.
Wewe wacha zako wewe. Na wacha hiyo nyege na kusumbua hiyo.
See what? Kani kona nyege Andrew Kibe, you're jealous.
Sema hivyo. Unaona sasa
Jidishe.
sasa una make sense uko like manze Dizo niko na nyege. Dizo niko na nyege ya Kibe.
Kibe anaweza pewa ya bure na run with it. Shida yako iko.
Anyway, my point is, Karembo, we are having a conversation. Can you let people go through their conversations?
Okay. No, I'll just let you know he just joined the speakers because probably you can see from your end.
But anyway, so as I was landing, we are not having this conversation to see who's better than the other.
No.
We are not having this conversation to dispute someone's experience or how they've grown. We are having this conversation to expose the diversity, that life is not linear. You can't come and tell me this is the truth, this is the fact, this is... Bro, maybe in where I'm from, that shit ain't... I don't know what science is where I'm from. So when you talk about water, I'm like, this is what we call water. Oh, this one has purities. It has impurities, so that's why it's... Impurities based on who? You know, let everyone go with whatever they go with. Now, if we all agree here, if we all agree that, hey, you know what, Phantom has a big head. Phantom is our producer. If you say our producer has a big head, that is a fact amongst us. Amongst us. It doesn't mean it is a fact to other people. Other people don't see the big head in Phantom.
Bude unachoma sina
See what?
kichwa
Si
kubwa.
kila mtu ameona Phantom. So you see now that will also be a
No,
biased
nasema yani,
opinion.
kuna wengine wamemuona but hawajaona hiyo kichwa kubwa. Naongelea yani fact ni kitu iko proven. By yani watu wameikubali. Si ndio? Yani ndio iko proven, ni sisi wote tumekubali hii kitu ni hivi. Haimaanishi mtu mwingine haizi kataa. Na huyo mtu akikataa na akubaliane na watu wengine wakatae hiyo kitu si hivyo, kwao hiyo ni fact. Kibe, what's up man? Umefanya kina Karembo na kumiss hapa manze.
Please don't speak on my behalf. Speak for your behalf. Nitajiongelelea nikiongea na Kibe.
What's up Kibe?
Ala.
Well, Senyara Jigadha atakama.
Kwani Kibe anataka dansi na size skirt kwanza. Sichanga mambo mingi wewe.
That is what I wanted to put across. Like as in there's no competition. There's no... Hadi venye nani alikuwa anasema amefeel like enyewe tumeshukishia topic. I was like, I do understand why you'd feel that, but if we imagine if we all understand and then decide, hii topic ni heavy, we will end up like Rafimas. Tukuwe compromised hapa paka hata tuwezi ongelea topic. Ati manzi topic ni heavy. Na bibi kwako si heavy. But acknowledging that hii topic ni heavy to someone, it does make sense.
So in short,
Rafi anasema unanyesha bro.
So Dizo ka sasa venye nasema the way like kama opinion yangu venye nimeitoa, that's an opinion. It doesn't have to be a fact. Like we just listen each other na to get to understand somebody's POV pale natoka. Because maybe it's coming from a place of maybe experience, limited exposure or something like that. Sindio? Or how they just internalize it. But can we say like for Rafi,
Exactly,
it's a place...
like yeah,
Rafi is coming from a place of hataki ku internalize it. He just wants to avoid it altogether.
Compromised motherfucker. Sisi wote tunajua tu Rafi Mas is fucking compromised right now. That nigga can't talk about that.
Rafi Mas is
compromised by who?
Be asked.
Compromised by who?
Bado niko naweza ulizwa.
Rafi ukwaga politically correct in the Rafi is a people pleaser.
Skizeni. Me, I'm just a polite road man, by the way. I'm not a people pleaser. Sometimes I'm too polite for my own liking. Naona. Yani kikuja kama topic kama hizi inabidi pia nimetone down, nimekuwa very intellectual, but I'm very rude. I'm the rudest motherfucker you'll ever meet.
Let me ask you, Rafi.
It's just that ikikuja kwenye hii panelist, I have to be toned down. I have to be intellectual, have my facts in order.
Why are you
but
toned
ukinipata
down?
mahali mazeni in my natural animalistic selection. I'm a different type of person.
Which environment is that one?
Utajua ndugu yangu.
Unajua hapa tuko na professional bootlicker. Unajua hapa tuko na professional bootlicker.
Napenda sana.
Nani wewe?
Mischaracterization.
No.
Yes. Andrew huko?
Kife?
Yeah. Dizo ni kama network ya Kibo umepoteza.
Sikieni, mimi nimenyamaza kwa sababu si ati hizi topic ni heavy. Hapa tunaongeaga vitu inashindikana mazee, inakuwa moto, and I have been cognizant of that fact.
Hii topic ni heavy.
Today imekuwa heavy, mpaka panelist ameondoka kwa sababu ilikuwa heavy, but inakubalika cause ikiwa heavy, pumzika kidogo, rudi re-engage, kwa sababu hakuna mahali imeandikiwa ati you will accept everything you are told or you will feel a certain type of way. Sasa sikizeni, mimi najua sometimes kiniona kwa hii panelist mnaona kama emotionally fragile. This is the psychology I bring to discussions like this. Sawa, tukipatana areas zingine mazee, I'm a different type of person with a different type of role to play. Ndo naambia hii yenye mnaona ni hus, sione hivyo. Mimi nimenyamaza na wasikiza. Si ati kwa sababu issue ni heavy. Ni kwa sababu whatever opinion I had to input ni sheyeka na I have nothing else to contribute further than that. Sawa? Kwa hivyo tukienda mbele, tusionane ati kuna mmoja less ama nini. We are all equals, intellectually equal. Na sometimes I might disagree with your opinion.
Compromise ni compromise.
Okay.
Unajua mimi naona hapa.
You see, the problem is unaona the biggest problem we have is perfectionism. We are so much afraid of acknowledging shit as is. It doesn't mean when you acknowledge it makes you weaker or wrong. It just makes you aware of the position you are in. Like if you come and say, you know what, on this topic I'm a bit compromised, I can't talk about it. It doesn't make you weak. In fact, it makes you honest. Unaona, so problem yetu ni kudhani, yani we try to defend ourselves ndo tutokezee ni kama sisi tuko wapoa. But again, mbona why would we reach there? Why would we try kutokezea ni kama tuko wapoa? Why would we try to walk on eggshells so that we can maintain a certain standard? How would we tap into the darkness if we try and follow a single standard? Let everyone go where they're going. Let everyone, hata wakuwe emotional about it, go there. If it is deep for you, go there. If it is shallow for you, go there. Bro, if you want to be emotional about it, go there. There's nothing wrong with being emotional. There is nothing stoic with being logical. Let's not give those things labels. You use what you can use at any moment for as long as you achieve your goal.
I agree.
Unajua Dizo hapa kuna the most misogynistic man on the planet. Lakini ni kama kona connection issues.
Hey, my girlfriend, take me there.
Thank you, bro. You know, Dizo, let me ask you.
Moja mtatombana nyinyi. Wacheni tu.
Hatuwezi complain. Mimi hata nakuwa leo nasikia kutumia lotion. Yes, bana. Unajua
PDD.
Unajua Dizo alinyoa juu anajua aerodynamics.
You like it shaved?
No, you don't fight the wind. You don't fight it. You go with the wind. But you guys are talking from a very interesting point whereby I think you're talking for women. Na mimi nakwambia kuna a very interesting concept yenye women are bringing that I don't think we are seeing it fully. And we have Wangare here for that. Lakini shida ni Wangare amekasirika.
Sijakasirika. Get me wrong, I'm not angry.
Na kuongelelea.
You're putting words in my mouth.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I don't know where else to put them.
It's only that, you know, some conversations require depth. So in the process of you playing the devil's advocate, recognize that some conversations require depth. And then the depth ingine, see just offhandish
Shallow.
comments.
Yeah.
No, shallowness, there's being shallow, which is basically a lack of information.
Yeah.
And there's being offhandish. Being offhandish is minimizing something trivial so that we can make it into bite-sized pieces
You.
so that people can easily digest and come up with think pieces and whatever. And that is why I walked out when it came to the conversation of colonization, simply because one of us here said Africans are behaving like victims, but we are victims. We cannot steer forward if we do not recognize the fact that we are victims of colonization. We are not behaving like we actually are.
Can I ask you something?
Let her land.
Please,
Kidogo tu. Just let her land.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just ask.
Just ask
Continue.
politely.
Kidogo tu nani Rafi.
Uliza.
We're in an intellectual conversation. And sometimes we might say things that the other party might not like. Sindio? Because we are not in each other's heads. Sindio? I don't know where your red lines are. No.
It's not an issue of my red lines. Intellect is recognizing when to kind of dance around the topic or be intentional about it.
So in this scenario,
That is not you saying Africans are behaving like victims. That is not you being intellectual.
listen, in this scenario whereby we are weighing the weight of opinions and facts, okay? You might consider slavery and racism as a priority in your worldview because it holds weight. Maybe you're Afrocentric and you sympathize with the things that Africans went through that period, okay? But in my mind, as a fellow intellectual, I might not prioritize slavery and colonialism as much as you. But it does not mean I am intellectually watering down the conversation. The only thing it means, it actually proves the point whereby sometimes even when we are discussing agreeable facts, opinions might supersede those facts, in that I might have angered you by saying, we are behaving.
Rafi, wacha tufanye hivi.
Ngoja niland kidogo. I might have angered you by saying, Africans were being victims. But kitu nakwambia ni, it's not personal. We are in an intellectual conversation. And sometimes intellectual conversations, especially in a show that is called Embrace the Darkness.
But Rafi, umemu-interrupt, she should not beat her submission. Yet we ulisema you choose to plead the fifth. Wacha amalize, and then you're gonna speak.
Nipe basi 20 seconds. Hata stonge tena.
I'm timing.
Kidogo, my intellectual friend.
No, ndio nasema ungeacha land then ndio uongee.
In these conversations, my friends, it gets hot. And it gets to a point where we are clashing. But we are not enemies. That's what I insist. That we will clash intellectually as it happens because I don't have your experience.
Are you speaking from experience?
Yes.
No, you told us you didn't have an opinion about story ya slavery na racism. So ndio nilikuwa
kidogo
nataka
tu-
no sina ubaya. Imagine I may interrupt.
Check.
He's landing. He's almost
No, Kare
landing.
has been off the mic.
Karembo.
Akiatungia mu-interrupt.
Literally,
1 minute.
nimenyamaza.
No,
He's-
let Kare land.
Nimenyamaza.
Kidogo tu.
Tumemu-interrupt for
Kidogo,
so much.
Karembo.
Am I wrong?
1 minute.
Let's not be careful.
Just 1 minute, Karembo. Finish.
No, this is the
I want you to
problem.
land, Rafi. Nataka land.
Amekuwa kilana
Sikizeni, my
Kare
friend.
atatoka tena.
Nimekuomba permission. Nimemwomba permission kuongea.
Did you?
So Karembo, yes,
Land. Yeah.
I understand what you're saying, but I ask her to please listen to what I'm saying. We are in intellectual conversations, and we might be in different planes, but that does not minimize what you believe in, because I've expressed what I believe in, okay? And we should be open to be offended in a show that embraces darkness.
But you don't embrace it.
Dadangu, walikwambia kuwa get as dark as you can get. not because you'll be offensive, no, but with the realization that we are not talking about simple topics. Slavery is not a simple topic. I'm not minimizing it. My people were enslaved in Mombasa.
But
okay,
ngoja
kidogo tu
20 seconds ilisha.
Nikusimamisha hapo tu 1 minute, just 1 minute. So,
Rafi said he's compromised. Tuacheni Kare aongee.
Kidogo Karembo.
No, tuacheni Kare aongee.
Karembo, just 1 minute.
No, Kare has been off the mic.
Just 1 minute. Yes.
I want to hear what she has to say.
Exactly. We are going there.
Can
Karembo
we please
and Rafi,
allow her?
Just 1 minute, kindly. You see, you guys are talking about darkness.
We. He.
Both of you.
He.
We are portioning blame where there's no.
Yeah, exactly.
But he said he's compromised, so he cannot talk about it.
Just chill, Karembo.
My family was enslaved. How am I compromised?
Rafi, just chill.
You guys live in Mulima, me I live in the coast.
Rafi, we are going to do this. We are going to take breathing exercises today. Me, I'm not a yoga instructor. Lakini najua kuna breathing exercises. Hizi za kusimamisha roho. But this is the thing.
Baiko kuna pita hapa hivi, kuna pita hapa ni kapi amefika na dai kubenga.
Kidogo tu Rafi nani Dizo. Kwa sababu unaona nyi watu wawili mtaki Wangare onge.
I have been advocating for her to speak.
Just 1 minute.
No, I have not.
You cannot tell me no, and I'm telling you my opinion.
Now, coming from the producer side, Dizo, Rafi, Karembo, I need you to shut fuck.
Thank you.
Sawa. Kare, please go on.
Take over.
Finally.
Please.
Jesus.
So, I'm going to explain why your statement was very disingenuous. And it doesn't mean that we are not intellectuals. All of us are. Everyone has knowledge to a certain capacity. We are looking to gain knowledge every day from every person. The reason why your statement is very, very disingenuous is the fact that you're taking talking points of a white supremacist, someone who doesn't have background.
Where?
We were talking about Charlie Kirk.
But
and he's the one who said...
No, he's a fan of Charlie Kirk, not me.
Okay. The statement you made... when we were reiterating points of Charlie Kirk, he said that Africans are behaving like victims. Black people in general are behaving like victims.
Me.
Charlie Kirk. Then you came forward and echoed the same words.
Yes, because we are behaving like victims.
And that is disingenuous.
Yeah.
Like
that is very disingenuous.
400 years after slavery, we are still crying that we are enslaved.
We are not
Didn't you not just...
Rafi, wacha malize.
We are not still crying. We are not still complaining. Systems have been set up to keep us.
By who?
Enslaved.
By who?
Wacha malize.
Systems are still in place. Systems are still in place where we as black people, okay, niliambiwa Africans, we don't have black people. We as Africans, you know, we're enslaved. Congo is still happening. South Sudan is still happening. Yes. And it's even worse that Kenya is funding whatever is happening in Congo.
Correct.
That's very disingenuous. So you cannot come and say...
Hey, hapana. Dizo.
Me, I'm not
Kibe wacha malize.
Then tutaingia.
Hapa. Tears in my fucking eyes.
Wacha malize bro. Wacha malize.
Niko na machozi kwa macho.
Shikilia hapa.
Kibe, you are coming next.
Wewe unawacha mademo apige story aje Dizo.
Haya, umekuja kuleta manosphere hapa. Wewe. Dongo, Kare don't go.
Walikukalia kitambo Dizo.
Kare don't go.
Wacha nikalie sahi amalize. Wacha amalize.
Hapana, wamalize nini? Hakuna kitu wanasema.
Wacha amalize bro. Just let them
say wamalize nini bro?
It's okay bro. Let them
in the building.
Karembo.
Wako sawa. Just let them finish.
Kare finish.
Dizo, let me
Apana. Okay, sawa. Kibe, by the
let me talk to Kibe for a second. I don't have much time.
Ni sawa. Kife. Wacha tufanye hivi. Hebu sikiza tu dakika tu mbili. wacha career land alafu
Unaweza.
unaweza you can
Hawezi.
no Kibe you can
Hawezi.
Colonization.
200 years later bado ni victim.
unajua Kibe imagine she was
Socialism.
imagine alikuwa na land Kibe alikuwa na land.
Wacheni Kibe aongee. Tafadhali.
Kibe ana time ya kusikiza
Hapana,
udem.
hapana.
Anaweza sikiza Kibe unaenda unasimpia mademu wengine
Acha
unaweza
Kibe
sikiza
aongee.
Hizo kwa Captain Seba ho.
No.
kwendeni huko
You know what I mean. You know what I
Oh my
mean.
God.
Don't do that. Aya, nani baby girl, we maliza then Kibe is
Kare maliza acha na Kibe si
Hizo
tuliva hiyo shati ya sijui
Fruits are
Captain Sebaho
freedom.
na hata Kare just give us that final submission
Is- let just
imagine Kibe amenyamaza na ngoja we submit
No, mimi nangoja kusikia udem akiongea nionekana.
They're waiting for you.
No, continue. Let Kibe continue. Let him continue. I'm not gonna sit here and
nani
Did I break Kare's heart?
Amejam.
let him speak.
Kare usijue. I'm just a loose guy like that, Kare.
Good guy where? No, just continue.
I'm a good guy.
Done.
Hata nimesikia guilty, hata deki imerudi chini.
sasa unaona Kibe hii ndio ubaya wako
Kibe kumanina zako
Alishambao.
bro. You better-
No,
you better-
Beko,
you
come
better
save
come
the-
as
come save.
game, bro. Now that you have that fucking mic. Bro,
But
you better
wait.
slow down.
So who's better looking, Kare or Karembo?
Kare definitely so nasikia mimi niko 40
Kare umebeat. Hey,
Kare
40
is
wewe,
20
you're
Kare
fine.
is young bwana so unapenda tu 20s man
Hey, Kare dem ako 40 on dem wadizo. Mimi I don't.
mimi niko 40
Nani?
by the way unajua si kuambianga ukweli mimi niko 40
Kama uko 40 umebeat sana. Hiyo
kwenda huko na ulikuwa umenisalivatea 2 years ago kwenda huko anyway now ebu we go back to the topic sijui mbona umetu shut down hii story na venye Kare was getting to a place that was making a lot of sense by the Kibe kwa sababu ni ukweli watu wanachakua they need to stop being two-sided if you're why okay there's somebody who said the opinion that Africans we want to be victims yet hata wako wanajua they could not relate to this content by Kak. I don't know kama unajua msanii anaitwa Kak. Wewe kwanza ulikuwa majuu labda ulikuwa umemeet. Ulikuwa uko state 2. Kwani Teki imeenda hadi na nini na Mike? By the way, uzani kitu mbaya na it's official. Kibe hata amezeeka. It's taking him time to respond to these things. I know his brain cells need time. Kare, I would kindly request you finish your submission. Just no, do this, okay, I know you want to be done, but do this for me. Give it in like bullet points. Tano, finish, and it's fine. Hata push it. Just give me bullet points.
No.
Yes, you can.
I can.
For me,
Yes,
please.
I can.
Yes, give me.
But I'm not going to.
Please.
And Staki, and this is me not wanting
Achana
to be
na
cobbled or
hawa.
whatever.
No, leave them
No,
alone.
the issue is
Look at it this way. You're having a conversation with me. Achana na wengine. Look at it as white noise.
it's really hard to
Okay.
look beyond that.
Let's have a conversation. One, can we say that racism, slavery, we only think of it like it's only for black people issues, instead of looking at it, in an open mind where we should look at it from a point like, for example, I give the example, Jews, Germans.
Black people sympathize with Jews. I mean, why do we hate Hitler?
We don't. I don't hate Hitler. Yes, the one thing I say is this: probably his purpose at that time was what he did. We need to also look at everything in black and white.
No, there are grey lines. And that is what you people are avoiding. There are grey lines.
Nasikatai. But do you know even the way we keep on saying, I blame the devil for this? Everybody has a purpose to see through. Probably that is why, and this is why I'm going to say this. If it wasn't for Hitler, we wouldn't be where we are today. That we have treaties that are going forth, that we've not broken into Third World War, and everybody has made sure that their arsenals are ready if war was to break. Look at it from this point of view. Do you want to tell me that we didn't have Africans participate in the World War II? They were there. They were everywhere. But what has happened? Africa bado had to just step up our game. Maybe South Africa ndio tu pekee inaonekana that wanaonekana somewhere, wanaonekana like they can make an opinion somewhere. But look at the people who have their arsenals ready, especially because at the same time, that's when we have the atomic bombs introduciwa. I think hydrogen and nuclear and whatever. Now, when you look at it at that point, if it wasn't for Hitler pushing his own people to a point where he was selecting, hadi anaenda to a point where hadi anafanya genetics could get the best of the Germans to think best and push especially when you look in tech, ikikuja into even just making sure that German was ahead. If he didn't do that, where do you think we would be right now? We have to look at it. Don't just be stuck.
No, the issue is you're being stuck on the fact that violence is necessary to make a lesson, and that is where my issue is.
Let me ask you a very simple question. Do you think today, if we had all the food in the world, we'd be able to solve world hunger? We can't.
Probably not.
We will never. You will hear people advocate for world hunger, but we can never solve it.
But then
there is always a balance of everything, good and evil. Everything has a balance. Even with this evil that unasikia, sometimes you need the necessary evil to,
colonization is not the necessary evil. And
okay, explain yourself. No, explain yourself. You can't just leave it at that and we have audiences that people are listening to. Think about it.
We need to colonize some people.
But how can you tell her to explain herself to the audience?
Wait, are you Kare? You can actually talk about it if you're Kare, but give us your opinion about it.
At some point, people in my area call me Kare.
Hello, Kare.
Thank you. Hello, Rafi.
Okay, Kare, I want you to take me there, because probably maybe I may not be exposed enough to understand where you're coming from. Help me understand, and then probably I'll get to understand from your point of view where you're coming from.
If I was to make a blanket statement and say majority of the issues we are suffering right now as Africans is because of colonization, will you agree?
Yes. There is like a big magnitude on that, yes.
So then why would you say it's a necessary evil for us to go through whatever people went through for us to arrive? It's like saying lazima utandike mtoto ndio apate lesson. That is not
okay.
That is not. There are very many ways where you can achieve that.
Yeah,
you can achieve that through peace. You can achieve that through having treaties. You can achieve that through economic expansion via trade and what have you.
Aren't we not doing that right now? Because but the fact is,
you're still sticking on the fact that it had to happen.
But the fact is, it has happened. It had to happen.
Again, no one is saying it does not happen.
It has happened.
And that is exactly my whole point.
Now, let me ask you this. Look at it from this point of view. Currently, right now, who do you think is in the world power? Like, who's number one?
Probably USA or Russia.
China. Now, do you think China are colonizing us through war?
No.
Well, how are they doing it?
They're doing it via... But if you... Okay.
No, how are they
doing it? Let
me
just say, they're doing it via...
How are China world power?
They are doing it via economic expansion and what have you.
Okay.
However, they are minuscule...
help him in that. When I say China is actually ahead. Economic... Yes, exactly. What have they done?
Wangari doesn't want to talk to me.
Can she try? She's not only speaking to you, Baiko. She's also speaking to the audience. But if you feel it's about your feelings and emotions, we can keep it at that. So, Ebu, tell us, how do you want her to address you? You or the whole people who are listening in?
Me, I can only talk for myself.
Okay, sir. Wangari, take us there. Because mimi nataka, you see what for me I prefer? Let's go to a point where, ataka nitaka dama, at least I learned something today. There is one thing nimesema about social media for me. I am here to learn and relearn. But Kibe can come here and try.
Please don't mention his name.
Okay, these are people I've dealt with. Wacha nikwambie by the my first interaction.
I don't want to deal with them.
Sorry, but let me tell you one thing. Do you see when Dizo himself, the first statement he ever said to me, aliniambia, come my cleat, and here we are. Today we are doing Embrace the Darkness in the Rabbit Hole.
Simply because exactly my point. Simply because you went through it doesn't mean I have to go through it.
Oh,
exactly my point.
Why?
I don't,
But bado
I don't
tunaweza
have to
sema, mi bado naweza sema hivi, colonization didn't affect shit. Whoever is affected by colonization is just ignorant and has accepted toxicity, has accepted to not grow.
Okay.
Come on, we all have different opinions.
Sawa.
We are diluting.
Kare hata
As in,
Kibe
there are
asha
people
drop.
in colonization wenye make it.
Okay,
Kuna wengine after
Dizo
colonization wamekuwa mapua.
Dizo shikilia hapo. Now, Kare, let's have a conversation. Nobody's going to interrupt this. So you tell me about, like, now, when I tell you that for me, I believe that China is the superpower number one, pale imeshikilia, because let's not forget, US actually owes China more that you may actually think. So that for me, it actually says it, because if you're going to look at economic strength, this guy is actually setting pace out here. So what do you think about it? We don't have to be colonized through China, but if they have an economic control over most of the states in the world, already that shows that they actually can they can make the decisions how to we proceed forward.
My question will be, do you think they will be able to do whatever they're doing today if colonization had not happened?
No. They had to be colonized for them to get out of that situation and supersede their own fears. That's what I believe.
So let me take you back. I was doing some research and I stumbled upon something. It's something called the social dominance theory. Social dominance theory explained how some hierarchies are upheld. For example, I explained earlier when we were starting this conversation that black people, okay, again, Africans, we are at the bottom of the pyramid of the food chain, quote unquote. If you go deeper into social dominance theory, you'll look at religion, politics, you'll just look at all spectrums of life. And we can talk about, economic systems where older people, of course, command more power, more monetary power than us, younger people. Okay, than, let's say, for example, Gen Alphas.
Gen Alphas are here. Yeah.
We can talk about how white men are superior in terms of economical, financial, political, and all sorts of these things. They have systems that are backing them up. You know, we can talk about instances of, a man-eat-man society where the rich will always dominate the poor. Like social dominance theory explain hizi vitu zote. So that in line, before I don't know why we believe before the coming of the white man we were below average, and that is not the case. The first university is in Timbuktu. Timbuktu is in Africa. The first education systems, hieroglyphics, whatever, they're African languages.
Yeah.
So I don't know why we usually believe that we are so, we were so. Sorry for using this word. It's gonna be harsh to people.
No, just
primitive.
Primitive.
But we were not. None of us here can talk about what was happening before the white man came, because again, it's not a reality in our realm at the point. So back to the question you asked, China and their domination and what have you.
Tulikuwa nyuma. Sai Khoisan bado wanavaa ngodha.
According to
imagine. And we are there trying to poster to the white man.
What's Amalize?
Because kuna point yenye Wangari ana make.
Sorry.
Because I'm sorry to interrupt this conversation, Wangari. But Dizo tried to become a pastor to the Gen Zs. Ikakata. Kibe tried to become a pastor for the to become a politician for the Gen Zs.
Please.
Okay, get to the point.
I don't want to hear his name. I don't want to hear anything to do with him.
Kibe.
Oh shit.
Please.
Okay.
So naomba.
Yeah, stick to just embrace.
Because I don't want to.
I'm sorry.
I thought we were talking kuongea, so you know better by now.
We have been told not to mention Kibe.
We'll talk about what we know.
So back to what I'm saying. We're talking about social dominance theory.
Yes.
So if colonization had not laid a blueprint, it would have not been easy for Africa and her resources to be taken. Because colonization came here. The fastest way for you to make someone hand over their economic power is destabilize them from their languages. Secrets,
or traditional values and all that.
Traditions, very many things are passed down via language. When that barrier was broken, we can't understand our ways.
Yeah,
so ukiniuliza some Kiku customs nitakuangalia zile za, because I don't know. Because again, I also Yes.
traditions zetu zilikuwa za kutahiri madem. Bado mnataka to uphold these.
No,
That's
that
the
is not a
only
fact.
thing.
No, there are so
they-
many other bad
hapana.
things in our tradition. We
First,
should stop
okay.
glorifying.
You see, Nani, Rafi, even now, to be
That was borrowed.
religious, especially to Kikuyu culture, especially hizi culture za Tayo,
Watu wanakata
You must
clitoris.
circumcise
kuna,
your women.
wait, but ngoja
Up
kuna
to now,
kitu ngoja
Wapokoto wanaibia Waturukana ng'ombe and
Sawa.
we are still glorifying the old days. Where is the glory in the old days?
okay
na ndio kidogo Rafi, this is where Wangari was going with this conversation.
you see now the fact that you guys do not understand
Colonization
that
brought
female mutilation was adopted from the Kushites, was not even an African
It is
thing.
a Bantu thing.
It,
There are some
anyway,
Bantu tribes
Wangare
that-
finish because at this point I think interruptions takuwa kwa wingi. So as you were saying,
So back to what I was saying, yeah. Just to make a pointer, if you're gonna reference our cultures, can we reference our cultures before the 1600? Because 1600 we have missionaries coming forward, we have traders coming forward, we have colonialists coming forward in the 1800s. You know, King Leopold II and other things. So if you're going to talk about African traditions, let's talk about before foreign interaction.
But we don't know. We never
No.
wrote down that history. We don't
Okay.
know who has written tablets of Africa before 1600 apart from the white man.
Ndio nadhani
no,
kuingisha
sorry
hapo
to say
Rafi.
this, you need to go and check even the Ethiopians. Egyptians have been there before even the white man
The
himself.
Egyptians are
Mimi
like
na-
an-
Ndani
Listen. Just go read a bit of those
Mi
hizo za
nimesoma,
kitambo.
mazemi, I did a
But
major.
Kidogo Rafi.
Rafi, Kare, what you're saying is very true.
okay.
But there's something I'm also appreciating about colonization. Right now, it's when people we are waking up and realizing that we do not need this stronghold over us. That we know for a fact we can start by ourselves as a country, as like a community, and we do us.
Can I give you an example
And-
that will kind of deter you away? I don't know how well versed are you with makeup?
Ish.
So if I was to present two bottles, for example, kidogo tu.
Off.
Let's
Makeup.
say kama hii. This is a Victoria Black lip gloss. Yeah?
Foundation ama?
No, this is a gloss. This is a Victoria Black lip gloss. Yeah. If I was to tell you this is not the original, will you know?
No, I wouldn't because
Why?
I've not interacted with
Exactly,
it.
because it
Yeah.
is not a reality in your
In
end.
my end,
What's
yes, correct.
You've said what
Exactly.
is that?
A lip gloss.
Victoria Black.
So back to what I'm saying. You cannot say you appreciate colonialism because now we are waking up, and you don't have the realm if these things will have not happened.
But you see, that's the
It is
thing.
not a reality.
Yes,
within us.
it is not a reality.
So you cannot appreciate something because it is a current reality.
But
within-
now, Wangari, are we
Yeah,
going
mwenyewe
to
it
go
is a
back?
gay
Are we going
kizungu.
to go back to our great grandfathers and mothers to tell them you guys don't need to accept
no,
this shit?
this is where I
We
was
are
getting
dealing
at.
with it now because
Yes.
that's what I'm saying. We already it has happened. So
Yes.
how do we correct what has already happened? We know better. We've seen countries that have actually stood up. I mean,
True.
are you going to say that we are ignorant about what happened to like a
We are-
year or
we're
two
not
ago?
ignorant.
That's the thing. That's what I was saying. We can stand up to our own elected, let me say, the legislature itself and tell
True.
them, fuck you guys, but come 27, we are dropping you guys and we are
True.
looking for new people.
Colonialism
Let me
was
say
the
this.
best thing that ever happened to Africans.
No. Kidogo mi niko
Because
na
it
mi
gave
niko na
us a
swali
sense
tu.
of, listen, it gave us a sense of worth.
You
It
were not
showed
there.
us- listen,
How is
This
this
is the
giving
thing.
us what?
Listen,
Kidogo
it showed
Rafi.
us-
Rafi hata
Rafi,
watu mali.
just
it
one-
showed
just
us
one
how
minute.
far someone can mistreat you until you need to appreciate yourself.
No.
and
You
uplift
are not there,
yourself.
Rafi. You see, this is the thing with the colonialism.
Okay, can
Na
I
ndio nataka
can I
niingililie hapa
finish?
kidogo Wangari. Me, I just wanted to ask a question.
Can I first finish that because I'll forget what I want to say.
Kidogo tu, mi hata sita interrupt.
Naomba tu nimalize.
You have
Hata mi
been
naomba tu
interrupted.
ni-
Wacha
nisite
amalize,
interrupt.
then Baiko you can hold it. Wacha amalize.
What
So-
makes the lip gloss good
Ah.
from Victoria?
So back to what I was saying.
Yeah.
You're talking about we have to move forward, which I agree. You cannot move forward from something you've not deeply dissected. That's why ukienda hosi, you're given a full diagnosis. In some cases, you'll even be told to go to ENT, go get a full
Definitely.
scan,
Yes.
a full MRI scan, because they have to know exactly what we are dealing with. We have not sat down, and that's why I'm saying his statement was disingenuous. We have not extended kila kitu on the full spectrum for us to move forward. We first have to sit down and actually understand, hey, what is colonization? Hey, what are the children? Colorism, texturism,
What about
featureism.
people who
But
don't
let me
care?
ask
What about
Wangari,
people who don't care
but-
about racism, colonialism,
But
or
Wangari,
sexism?
let's
What about
stick
people
it.
who don't care?
Let's stick it to here. This is being taught in school.
It is
Like
not-
no,
it is not being taught in
It
school.
is.
Listen,
It is
listen.
not being taught in
Now,
school.
unfortunately, now apart from what is being taught in school, with the social studies that are being taught, that we are currently shaping the country as we go, because we, first of all, for a fact, and what you're seeing right now, especially like when we schools and businesses are being disrupted by Mandamano, that used to happen when I was young, in the ages of 5 and 6.
True.
So, do you want to tell me that these evolutions are not something that we are supposed to ignore and say we still need to go back and understand what happened in the 1600s?
But they are a direct.
We
Not
can-
1600s. I'm talking about
Even
the
if-
recent
yes,
1945.
Yes, we don't
when
even
World War
we
II
don't
happened.
even need to go even to World War II or whatever. We can even just go back to independence, the 63 one.
True.
After 63, we've seen how neocolonialism has actually affected the
Exactly.
country.
Thank you.
But now,
Allow me to interrupt you,
Wait,
please.
wait.
Kindly allow me to interrupt you.
That's what I'm saying. We have to format the whole country as a whole.
Exactly.
Now,
You've
the
said-
question would be,
Okay.
how do we get to put, especially those people who actually got to, or let me say, take over from the colonialists at the time? Are we able going to take the Kenyatas and offload every land that they took over? That probably that was actually supposed to be given to all the fighters that did
Indigenous,
for
yes.
the independence.
True.
We can go back. But most of these guys have already died.
can I make
now,
my point?
That is
Kindly.
why I say we might not be able to go and rewrite back all the issues that
But
have
we are
happened.
here.
But now we are here. We know the
Yes.
issues that we are going through. So what do we need to do? We start with our own leaders. We know what is best for our country. I mean, we know for a fact.
Sibling
Kenya. I'm not even
Mzungu
going
wa
to talk about
1960.
Uganda or whatever. I'm talking of Kenya. Not even Kenya. Me, I actually have gone to the point where I even know who is my MCA ward. I know who's my woman rep
Now
is.
you are talking.
I know who my MP is. I know my governor. I know even the deputy
Not
governor.
Dr.
To a point
Livingstone.
where we can actually say, but then let me say, like, I mean, if we were not able to go and get simple, and that's the thing I think Gen Z sometimes mnakosea, we have a constitution. Hii
Sahi,
constitution
2010.
ikiputiwa into place, I was in 2010. I'm telling you this, I was in college. We had already overseen na tukaona what, I'm telling you, now what a racism, tribalism ilifanya. In 2007, 2008, I saw it all. To a point where we have seen families that have intermarried with other tribes split and issues and stuff and a lot of things. I'm telling you, you might not have seen it. We saw the ugliness. Probably just because of a shooting of Sijui Pale View of what happened on the 25th of June last year. Munafikira it's the end. Oh, we've seen it all. I'm telling you, we have people who have seen the coups that have happened. There are people who've seen the 207 that have happened.
Violence.
We've seen people who've been displaced. I know of people who have, I don't even know how to call it, chunks of land in Kericho that they had to uplift everybody back to a place where the Kikuyus were because they were ready to be banned. And this is land that they've acquired in the right way. And the reason I say this is because we may not be able to go and rewrite all the wrongs that were done back
But
in the day.
he.
But right now, the only way you and I and even the next generation to come, and the only way we can make it better, we have at least a way we can do it. If you're able to go talk to if right now nikikuuliza, do you know who your MCA is? Do you know your MP who is?
But you know
Woman
Dr.
rep.
Livingstone.
Like who's your governor or your senator? Do you know them? That's the weirdest thing ever. And I mean, ikasema hivi, if we are not able to get those like a million vote, like a million signatures that can actually change the sitting person in the legislature, then we have to wait to 2027. Are we able to even elect leaders within our community and
even
say,
know them?
wewe tunataka uchukue hii, okay, umesema utafanya, these are the things we want for this community. And that is the only way we are able to overhaul the whole country from all the issues that zimekuwa za kutoka 1963. Now acha nikwambie, by the way, I don't even know how to explain it. To a place where, to a point, me 207, there's an aunt of mine who's a Kalenjin. Amemariwa by one of my uncles. Tulimficha kwetu. Because that was the most safest place to have hidden her. And she's a Kalenjin. Just because she's within the Thika Road area. Tungemrudisha kwa nini Eldoret. That doesn't make sense. Imagine this. We're talking of racism, tribalism. So Wangari, wacha niseme hivi. By the time you want us to go back to carry right issues that were there.
You can make a genuine
okay, fine.
Amesema kitu kweli, yani amesema kitu.
Fine.
Si wewe unangoja nimweleze. Yani unaeka priority to an era where we were not there. There are heavy things, we were enslaved and we were colonized, but yule mtu ananienslave saimi MCA wangu Jumaze amenieka kwa mashimo huko Ruai bro nikienda home. Una understand? So as much as we sympathize kwa hizo topic ni heavy. Okay. Zile topic mimi naona ni heavy ni sahi maze. The policies that are going on now. Bro mimi nikienda home unaona nduthi yangu inaendaga mbio mpaka ifike mahali ni rough road ingine. Nduthi inaenda pole pole. In 2025 hakuna hata maram. Na mimi niangalie Dr. Livingstone siwezi. Tunasalimiana kidogo. Love. I'm sorry. Sometimes we love hard. Usituone vibaya.
Can I make my points without being interrupted, please? This is gonna take some time. It's gonna take probably 6-7 minutes, 10 minutes.
You go ahead.
Kindly, stuck interruptions.
I'm telling you.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna put my foot down.
And I'm telling you,
if
go
I
ahead.
get one more interaction, I'm done.
Go ahead.
When I'm done.
You are done.
Wacha tu niseme sahi. Probably you guys have never seen my strict side, but if I get one more interruption, I'm done.
You are, and I'm telling you,
and
go
that's
ahead.
It.
Go
and
ahead.
I'm gonna stand on it. So can we? Do we have a memorandum of understanding somewhere?
And I'm telling you, go ahead.
No, I want everyone to agree. Do we have a memorandum of understanding? So, let me explain on things, yeah? I was talking about colonization. And one thing we're failing to realize is that everything that is happening today is a child of whatever happened.
Okay.
That is why Burkina Faso, they're starting from the grassroots. Walitoa French as their language. Walitoa those robes for lawyers and what have you. Because, again, fail to understand where we came from, you cannot be able... If you do not understand history, you cannot forge forward. It's just a given. So back to what I was saying. Colonization came forward. It has very many babies. Colonization, the system we are currently using was adapted from... this queen who died, what's her name? Elizabeth. She's the one who forged the current system.
Yes.
So we might say we promulgated our own constitution in 2013, but it still follows structure. Yeah, thank you for the correction.
Yeah.
In 2010, it still follows the structure of the British.
True.
So hata tukiford, yes, MCS haya anatutesa. Kwa sababu hivyo ndio mzungu alitutesa. Once we draw these parallel lines between what happened, that's why you said neo-colonialism. It cannot become neo-colonialism without colonialism.
Yes, correct.
I'm not saying that we dwell on society because we were colonized. Okay, fine. I'm not saying that is where you people are not getting me right. I'm not saying we dwell there. I'm just saying we recognize it as the root of all evil.
Yes, we
and
have.
Everything that came forward with it, starting with English. Tunaweza ongea Kiswahili. Jamani, naweza ongea Kiswahili kisafi sana.
Lakini unaongea Kizungu.
But let me
naweza. Jamani, umeona? Naweza ongea.
In that place of language.
Naomba niongee. I'll hold you guys. Kindly hold. Let's hold our tongues, yeah?
Yes.
Why can't... Mbona siwezi ongea itoje Kiswahili? Kwa sababu most of ofisi zetu zote tuongea nini? Kiingereza.
But it's still part of it.
Sasa nikiwauliza almond kwa Kiswahili, mtaniambia nini? Hamjui. Ni lozi.
Tunda la almondi.
Ni lozi. Tafuta tu mtaniambia yaitwa lozi. Si ati we can't speak Kiswahili, we can. But it is not our norm. The corporate world in Kenya does not allow us. So if we have to dismantle it, we have to dismantle from the grassroots. We have to undo the language we're using. We have to undo the constitution that we're using. We have to come up with our own tukae chini as ourselves. We cannot even, we are using governors and senators. That is not even a construct that is African. That is a borrowed construct.
Yeah.
So if we are talking about shida za kisasa, we are talking about MCAs looting, we are talking about president being pardoning vile people, we are talking about them, propagating corruption and what have you. We have to dismantle everything to the latter.
Correct.
And for us to do that, we need to understand how
Correct.
this is a chain reaction of something.
True.
We need to understand, imetoka hapa, imebuild, imefika hapa. Imetoka hapa, imeenda, imefika hapa. That is all I'm saying. I'm not saying we dwell there.
But you're very correct.
I am not saying we dwell on the fact that, okay, fine. Haya basi tulikolonizwa jamani, wacha tukae chini tungoje mzungu aje basi atuambie kila ambacho tutafanya mbele. No. That is not,
you're very correct.
That is not what I'm saying. My whole point is that many of us don't recognize that beginning. And that violence cannot justify the means. I'm sorry.
Now, you see what you're saying, by the Kare?
Yeah.
Back last year, 2024, when that time was happening, we actually did say the same thing.
Yeah.
We need to redo the constitution because we don't need all these parliamentary people. You get the way you're saying. Indio, I feel like we have actually woken up to know what is best for everybody. And whatever you're saying is correct, command kabisa. Because out of what we're experiencing now, we know who and what works for us. And that is why you see like people like when you mention Burkina Faso. We need to change, do this.
Can I interject you kidogo tu? People on X are not hearing us.
You tell us you need mko hapo kwa mipasho. Lakini
mimi nasema hivi. We cannot say that the problems of Africans started with white people. We ourselves are terrible to ourselves. Sahi mimi msee bado anasema wako stone lazy. Kwani hujaingia wewe kwenye TikTok? You want me to blame a white man I've never met? And leave you who is ridiculing me on TikTok live now. Ndo nakwambia, you are not wrong, my sister, that colonization and slavery are weighty topics. But you felt so offended because I did not consider that weight because I have another weight of tribalism on my shoulder.
Because tribalism is a baby.
It's a baby of...
It is a baby of
tribalism is not a baby of colonization. Tribalism is a baby of humanization. Let's be real. It's not a colonial thing. It's a human thing that we will exclude people depending on race, religion, gender. Why you are feminist? Because you are fighting for people who have been excluded. Sindio?
And it's a baby of colonization.
Sasa it's a humanization thing. Feminism is not a solution to colonial mistakes.
No, she said
in fact,
she said it's
colonialists came and gave ladies opportunities. Juu sisi wanaume tulikuwa tunaweka ladies wapi?
How sure?
Munajua usiseme how sure.
No.
Again, as I said, Rafi, I'm going to interrupt you.
Let me ask you. Who says that everything pre-colonialism was all rosy? That these
no one said
nobody
it
said
was
it was rosy.
I just said, please don't get me wrong. I said, if you're going to talk about African cultures, talk about before any interruption.
So let's go before any white
So do you know your culture in 1600s?
Yes, listen. Who wrote it? Well, how would I know when all...
Exactly.
You're the one who's supposed to tell us.
Wait, let me
Exactly
tell you about
point.
the oral culture that I know that was handed to me, not the written one, the oral one. Listen, we cannot sit here and blame the white man.
Who said it's a white man alone problem?
No, okay, white. Okay,
you're already in our tribes.
Listen, what's say? Okay, we cannot blame colonialism and slavery, whether it was the white man or other Africans. What we can do is now we are here. How do we move our people forward? Tunatoa wasee aje huko mahali hawana choo mazee. Choo in 2025.
Ndio maana nimesema we need to dismantle.
Hiyo si mzungu alituambia tusijengee watu wetu sisi wenyewe choo. Si mzungu alikuja akasema tusijengee watu wetu roads. Ni sisi wenyewe as human beings we are misbehaving and we are being bad to our own people and we are putting that ile initiator kuwa in your worldview, and I don't bullshit it, I agree. Quite a weighty issue. So maybe before I said it carelessly and casually it made you feel bad. Let me take that back and give you ile msisitizo inahitaji. Slavery and colonialism are very weighty topics, and maybe katika ile kujibu tu for the sake of kujibu I might have rubbed you the wrong way, but listen, when as Africans we need to stop victim mentality because we have everything that
na hicho ndicho ambacho ninapinga kwa sababu wasema kwamba Africans ni victims na sisi wenyewe tumepitia mambo haya yote yamefanya tuwe pale ambapo tupo leo.
Kivipi? Kwani wewe
ngoja kwanza naomba nikueleze jamani.
Wacha kueleza.
Naomba nikueleze jamani.
Unaona mpaka ame-switch into.
Unaona?
Twende na
because again, slavery, they are weighty topics. What you are failing to recognize is the generational trauma that is causing our leaders to behave like the white man. That is why it is called neocolonialism.
Thank you. Listen, you're blaming the white devil for even when he's not in charge. When the black people who are in
what
charge
is that? See, that's
misbehaving.
neocolonialism.
The people who
that
killed
is neocolonialism.
The people who killed us. The people who killed us in Africa are the people who have really killed us. Are not the white people who left
who
the black
killed us?
people.
Okay, so who have killed us?
The people who have killed us are the Idi Amins.
No, African. Just don't call India.